Alright, I have a special announcement,
What is it?
meaning this freaking series is full of people choosing the worst choices because here's the thing. Wublin Island, people are thinking, oh yeah, this one's gonna be a good opinion, and then they realize, no, this island's gone to trash. Psychic Island is the same thing. People are out here like, oh yeah, you should review a good island like Psychic Island. Dog, it is not a good island, I'm gonna tell you that right now, and I'm gonna show you why. Alright, everyone, what is your opinion on Rudy Toot?
No.
My
Dude,
opinion on Rudy Toot is that it's Rudy Toot, and that's really
dude,
it.
fucking Rudy Toot has gotten the shaft ever since it grew up.
It's like it's one of those tweets where it's name a worse downgrade, and then it just shows Rudy Toot baby, and then Rudy Toot adult.
Literally, every
No, no,
single
no, no,
adult
no.
Rudy Toot is trash.
What Rudy Toot is, it's like those articles where it's like those child stars who've become horrible
They
humans,
grow up and
adults.
become crippled
Addict.
drug addicts. So what you're
Hey, being
saying
crippled
is
isn't bad.
Rudy Toot is Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
No, what we're saying is Rudy 2 is garbage, and instead of just saying it, we should explain it.
Well, first off, the sound font.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
they just went Rudy 2. What does he sound like again? Oh yeah, he's like some sort of noise that comes out of a tube. We'll just pull up whatever noise that comes out of a tube we can find.
Didn't you say it kind of sounded more like a melodica?
Kind of. It's like it's like so such obviously some random synth they found, and it's probably not even something they paid for. It's probably a free sound font
Probably
from how bad it sounds.
sound font that I accidentally used. You wouldn't even
If
be
you found out
shocking.
you used one of your old songs and you realize, oh wait, this sound font is garbage, and you replace it with a better one.
Rudy Toot on Psychic Island is just Ludwig on Celestial Island. You could probably just stumble upon its sound font in a random music app.
Yeah,
But
I
you know, it
wonder.
gets
Like,
better than that though.
oopsie.
See, listen, it wouldn't. Okay, I do think that its sound font was 100% the death of it, but like they just went ahead and pissed on the grave with the composition.
Dude, I love it when monsters play on like the most awkward notes possible. Or the
What do
most
you mean?
As
It's
well
awkward
the
as the
beats.
best.
fact that it does, you can't even hear it.
It's really
Boring.
throwaway.
Nothing's happening. It's like literally, you could mute Yuruju and you wouldn't even notice because you don't even notice when he's playing because he's so quiet.
And even when you do focus on him, you're like, uh.
I would rather focus on literally anything else in this verse.
Yeah, even
Which because of what verse it's in, that's a hard statement
even
to me.
in Fire Frontier, I'd much rather focus on Kana.
Yeah.
Rudy Toot is just disgusting on this island.
And the best part is we'll never have another island again until like the way into the future gold island of Dawn of Fire. Rudy Toot is like completely shafted in the game entirely.
He's just
Yeah.
dead. Here's to hoping for Thrumble.
We're not gonna even get to talk to him until people vote for Space Island.
Hey, yeah, people aren't gonna like that. Oh, dude, people are really gonna hate Space Island.
Oh, I just realized we're basically not gonna have, there's so many monsters we're never gonna be able to even once talk about them in any kind of a good light until we do the continent special. But you know, speaking of one of those monsters who's always gonna be garbage tier unless unless the next island ends up being good, Fangler.
Oh, Ben, your favorite monster in the game. How does it make you? How does this adult form just make you feel in general?
Listen, he's been my favorite since Dawn of Fire came out, so that's since 2015. That's 5 years of loving Fangler, and since they like, listen, I could talk all I want about bro, Adult Fangler's the worst, and I wish it was good, but like, I don't even feel about about adult Fangler because it's been so long of disappointment. So at this point, it just felt like okay. I felt like he couldn't get any worse, but on Psychic Island, he's way worse than he ever was in ever.
They were like, bro, we toned back the reverb a little from Cloud Island. Now we just gotta tone back that melody. Just make it play like 3 notes, that's it.
What do you,
It's the most
three
boring.
three notes? You're giving Rudy two. I mean, you're giving Fangler a lot of credit. He
Nah,
only does two.
dude, oh,
About 2.
Yeah, 2 notes.
jeez Louise. What is it even
You can have
supposed to
2
be
notes.
doing? Like, literally, what does it add to the song?
It's
Nothing.
chord fodder. That's all it is. It's chord fodder.
Listen, here's the thing. They needed something to cover up Octopus.
Oh. Excuse me. It seems
You've
like,
been excused.
I don't know why, but why are they making Fangler just so fast?
Because
They just
On
wanna get it
Cloud
over
Island,
with.
I vibed with the slow speed. If it didn't have all that reverb, I'd be like, bro, this is jam worthy. And then on Continent, it wasn't ever fast. It was just melodic. And then on Fire Oasis and on Fire Frontier, it's like
Here's the thing. The faster it is, the less time you have to notice how bad it is.
well, I mean, we got next island to look forward to for Fangler, so who knows? Maybe
Forward,
he'll.
yeah, I'm sure it's gonna go great. Yeah, I have very high expectations.
high hope. No, not even high hopes at this point. Fangler's kind of. Yeah.
I'm fully expecting it to. Listen, here's the thing. I said this before. I'm gonna say it again. I have two expectations for this island. It is either going to be the worst Fangler has ever been, or the best Fangler has ever been. You know, I like. I mean, like even baby. I think this island has the potential to be better than Continent, but I. That's why I feel like it's gonna end up just being complete garbage here, worse than Psychic and Cloud.
Well, here's to hoping. You know,
Oh yeah, we should. Okay, I'm gonna let Seth do his little transition thing that I can tell he's about to set up. But before we do, I just want to clarify. Right now, we're only gonna do the original Naturals because we're doing Fire Frontier version because the transition between the two was a big aspect of it.
yeah. Alright. I was just gonna say, Ryan, you were saying that Fangler is only chord fire so that you can. I think it was Ryan. It may have been a bed. I already forget. Anyway, you were like, bro, Fangler is loud and fast so that it can cover up Octopus. But why would you want to cover up Octopus?
Why
That's
would
kind of
you?
Octopus's song and dance at this point, though.
Octopus is a travesty on all things composition. It is not Octopus at all. It's slow and dumb and like boring, and it's meant to be covered up. But the worst part about Octopus isn't even that. It's the final note. For some reason, Big Blue Bubble decided, yeah, let's keep in the fact that every other monster plays either a C or an F because that's how chords work. But then Octopus decides to be like, nah, man, we gotta change it up. We gotta play a B and make it clash with literally everything around it. And so then that's why a certain green-haired fellow was like, yes, let's play the final note that I have freaking loud so I cover him up. Wow, that's great planning there. I hate Octopus so much.
So Octopus is like a reverse Danny doing Cold.
No, it literally is Dandy Doing Cold. It doesn't fit the chords at all, and so it sucks.
I just said reverse because instead of playing the sour note at the beginning, it plays it at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Does it have any other sour notes, or is it only the one at the end?
It's only the one at the end.
Yes.
The thing with it is just like the recording itself just sounds really bad. Not bad, like not like the recording itself, like the take. It feels like it was recorded on first take. It doesn't sound polished at all.
It doesn't sound like whoever voiced him cared at all.
Doesn't Matt
It's so
voicing?
bleh.
Yeah, that's literally Matt's big monster. That's his main one that he voices, and it's like It's like he just gotten tired of octopus.
You can really
So he's
tell.
like, oh, he probably was like, "Wow, octopus is gonna get covered up again. So why should I even try?"
The only time you want octopus to be covered up, man. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. I can tell that octopus was another kind of throwaway monster on this island because they kind of been chopping off what octopus does. He's been downgraded from going shoo way do way, and now it's just shoo do.
Shoot him.
Of monsters they be chopping up. What about Kana?
You- oh God, Canada. Listen,
Dum diddly.
it's an
Listen, that's
improvement
on the next. That's a
over.
different island. We're talking about
Oh,
da da
worse.
da
Da,
da.
da, da.
You know, it just says da. It sounds like a baby.
Uh,
Baby.
it's better than Firehaven, at least.
Oh, it is not.
Yeah, it is.
Fire
I think
Haven, yes, it is.
you gotta remember, Firehaven is one note. One
Okay, that's fair.
glaringly loud note. At least this one tries to minorly express its vocal range.
At least this one is the only thing of interest in that verse.
Yeah.
Okay, another thing with we don't talk about this stuff often, but animation wise, Fire, not Fire, yeah, Fire Frontier Kana kind of like its animation looks fan made. It's like everything like I don't remember. I think he might have an awkward jump in it, and it's like putting its hands up in the wow the Kana pose. Get it from the PNG. It's like this is so boring.
Nah, but what about the one part of its animation where it does some funny pose and it's like, wow, it's being all girly and stuff.
Nah, guys,
Wow, how quirky and relatable.
at least Kana has a melody with Rudy too.
With who? I don't know
Rudy
what you're talking about.
too.
Who? Who's Rudy 2? I don't know him.
I just
I've
Oh,
never
realized,
heard of him before.
bro. I just realized people are probably thinking, you know, I can really tell they don't like that one verse because we've only talked about monsters in that verse so far.
well,
That's
fine.
because only 3 monsters play in the other verse.
Oh crap, you're right. And you know what? I want to save it for last. So we talked about Matt sucking on Octopus. Now we got to talk about him kind of low key rocking it on Potbelly, who carries Fire Frontier.
You're so right. Literally imagine that verse without Potbelly.
That would be one note.
Listen, and here's the thing: that verse sucks, and Potbelly carries it. Potbelly is kind of very boring. Like compared to other Potbellies, this is easily the worst Potbelly.
What? No, I can think of way worse Potbellies.
What?
Good
Fire
one.
Haven.
Fire Haven has
That's not Potbelly's
Is
fault
that-
though.
yeah, that's the people who composed the song's fault for putting him in the wrong part. Potbelly, I'm not saying that this one's bad, but Potbelly is a super OP monster. He's almost always perfect. So this one's his easily his weakest one.
Oh.
But like even then it carries because everything else sucks so much more.
At least they brought back the two heads doing something different thing a little.
No, they what?
Yeah, because it does a da 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 da.
Yeah, and both Potbellies play all three of those notes that you just said.
Oh, I thought one played two and then one played. You know what? Never mind then.
Yeah, Potbelly's just he does his thing, and it's better than anything else in that verse, so it's good.
Man, I
Yeah.
must have had rose tinted glasses because I remember Fire Frontier not sucking this much.
There's a reason that when it was only Fire Frontier, I was making a tier list. I literally put it as 100% the worst island to ever exist because this is just like it just set such low expectations with how bad the song was.
Yeah.
It was like literally Potbelly is the best monster so far. Everyone else has sucked completely to the max. Potbelly is the best monster so far, and then even he sucks because it's the worst Potbelly.
Listen, the Potbelly was so good that they had to bring it around and do it twice. But then they were like, ah, bro, we can't just have the same verse repeat twice. So they had to put flour in there.
Ugh. It's flour. That's all I can say about it. It's boring.
It's this just normally it's just normal flour. Nothing happens, but it's okay, guys, because he does that really funny and definitely well made animation where he beats his chest.
Bro, isn't Psychic Island the island where they changed its animation slightly? Or was that Firehaven?
That was Firehaven.
Oh, you hate to see it.
Dude, I'm so bored of flour.
I'm so bored of just Hooga Shoe flour. I want more.
Basically, you're bored of adult flour.
Yeah, dude,
Yes.
what the? That's another monster that sucked ever since it became an adult.
As it's like, listen, Hoogachu would have worked great if it was only on Cave Island.
Alright, flour, to me, always sounded like it was intended not to be Hoogachu. The melody, or the rhythm it plays at, it feels like it was supposed to be something else, but they just were like, nah, fuck it, just Hoogachu.
You know, hey, just this, real, but it's a suggestion, just a funny idea. Wouldn't it be funny if instead of Hoogachu, he said Humba de la Humba? Like, wouldn't that just be funny? I feel like it could be pretty funny.
That would be OP in every aspect.
Dude, that would be amazing. Too bad we never live in that world.
We live in that world for about 7.3 seconds.
No, not even 7.3, like
3
0.1 second.
It's a lot of beats. That's all I know, because he plays throughout Mammon in the trailer. Anyway, that's getting really sidelined. Oh Jesus, are we already on? Oh, a bed. I know you
It's
love this
time.
monster. Why don't you introduce it?
This monster is the reason I can't listen to Psychic Island because it gives me a headache every time I try to. Like, the song isn't that bad because it's got some really great monsters, and none of them are the ones we're talking about right now. But then afterwards, there's this one monster that thought, whoever composed it thought, hey, it'd be a really good idea. What if it only played a single note the entire time, and it was a long held note, and it played for 3 minutes straight? And that's Toe Jammer.
Oh boy, dude,
Toe Jammer.
I can't wait to put Toe Jammer on the bottom 3 of a list again. Drink's gonna kill me.
And I will too.
Dude, I don't even think we have to explain why only holding one note is a really bad idea.
It's not a bad idea if it's anything that's meant to do that, aka none of the monsters on this island. But Toe Jammer is like the worst one to do that, because when Toe Jammer's main good thing that he does is duetting with other monsters and playing on their offbeats, but nah, bro, we don't have that here. We just have Toe Jammer being nothing, literally nothing, just going.
But what
wow,
if? What if Toe Jammer duetted with the Castle Bass? Bass?
Oh, dude, they
Bass
do.
bass.
Yeah, Ryan, they duet together.
Oh yeah, they do it by doing the same
melody. Okay, whoever thinks that duetting is playing the same melody, you don't know anything about music.
Bro, honestly, this is like one of the few instances where mentioning the castle base is even worth it, because it also kind of low-key fucking sucks ass.
Yeah.
Quick rundown of the castle base and all the islands we've done so far. Plant, pretty okay. Cold, it's whatever. Firehaven, fucking whatever. Woodland Island, Slock. Psychic Island is fucking terrible.
Woo!
Oh,
Fire
God.
Frontier is ass.
Yeah, dude. Alright, so where would you play? What's your ranking on Fire Frontier, guys?
-1.
Air Frontier is like, if it's say it's my least favorite island to ever exist. There's no point in listening to it. You gain absolutely nothing except a headache.
Yeah, but guys, what element are they gonna add to it? They did the whole
Alright, guys.
contest.
Who is Team
Jammer.
Cold?
I'm Team Earth. I want. Wait, isn't Bisonorous Team Earth?
Team Air is by Sonorous.
Oh, then I'm Team Air 1,000,000 times over.
Then Ryan has to be Team Cold, and then I'm Team Earth, so it's all three teams. And then Pommy is Team Toe Jammer because we need another Toe Jammer.
Yeah.
Dude.
All right. Not gonna show.
The secret team. So Pommy, you have to reveal what the secret is.
Oh yeah. Cynic.
Psychic. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Started a new era. How
Dude.
good was this era? Stay
Psych-
tuned for more at 6.
Alright, it's 6. Psychic Island. The idea of psychic monsters was so out of left field, and I adore it. I adore the psychic monsters.
I like it when the psychic monsters played, and everyone was like, "Whoa, what's that? Is that real? Is that real?"
They revealed the element, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be like Weirdos. It's just a little extra thing you can put on the island. And then they revealed the monsters, and I was like, wait a minute, is this a new fucking class? And then they revealed the more monsters. I was like, this is the most hyped trailer of all time.
I liked when I think it was like the symbol, and it was like spinning, and everyone's like, "Oh, what's it gonna reveal?"
Yeah.
It was just that.
The symbol before the symbol.
Yeah, where it's like the question mark, and it was like, "Woo!"
Yeah. And because
And then it just didn't show it, and I'm like, what?
because the Psychic Island symbol is one that is used a lot throughout MSM in general. People started going like mad through us, and they were like trying to find other symbols and other implementations and like little hints and theories. Psychic Island was super healthy for the MSM community. It gave a breath of fresh air and all of the mundane things they were doing.
Yeah, but there's one thing wrong with the psychic element.
What?
They ripped off of Hypno Element.
Oh god, I think Mantis just lives in dread every day whenever someone says that.
Like, come on, Theramine sucks. I'd rather have Zebus.
Dude, imagine if Hypno Elements on Psychic Island. Wait, didn't he already do that?
Yes.
Anyway, Psychic Monsters. What's your opinion on... Hold on, you know what? I'm getting a list.
Yeah.
I'm getting a random number generator. Actually, I don't need to. I already pulled the number. What's your opinion on Poppet?
Oh, we're starting with the OP percussion because it's the percussion from the loading screen.
Yeah.
I feel like Puppet is going to tell me why I'm wrong, but he won't say anything of how I can improve myself.
I think Puppet is gonna make a YouTube video saying, in defense to pedophiles.
I think Poppet is amazing. That's
Of
about it.
course.
Poppet's my favorite psychic elemental.
Yeah, Puppet Kitty.
Takes the cake.
Poppet's sound is really good.
Yeah, I like it when he goes. Like,
One of
bro.
the best percussionists in the game.
Dude. It's rare that percussion is actually notable, but Poppet's just got great rhythm, a great sound font, and even though it's simple, it works really, really well in the song.
And it has, like, no competition.
That's also true, even though there's 4 other percussions. None of them are...
It has no competition because there's not many monsters that, like, take the cake that high up on the island.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's easier for a percussion to be in the top 3 when half of the island is literal garbage.
Yeah. I like Poppet's design. It's got a lot of personality as well.
Dude.
Angie.
He's just displeased with everything.
No.
I also like the fact that his air bubble things, he's just like made of like super metallic, unpoppable. It's like I like that idea of it just being, oh, it looks like bubbles you could pop, but like it's literally like a balloon made of steel, basically.
Yeah. bro, we gotta go through all of...
balloons from balloons.
I want to eat the balloon on Puppet. I wonder how he tastes, like bubblegum?
I can't wait for
Maybe.
Puppet to be the final boss of Balloons Tower Defense 7.
Dude. 7.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, dude, alright. So, we talked about the best percussion on the island, so now we gotta talk about, Juggler.
I thought you were gonna say the worst one.
I know, I bait and switched you.
I mean, it's still Juggler, honestly.
No, it's not. Because Juggler still does things.
Juggler is funny though. Juggler is funny. He's not bad, but he's just like the other percussions do more than him.
Alright, we're gonna get... I'm sorry, I can't speak. Might as well get it out of the way early. Might as well get it out of the way before we delve too deep into it. Reusing the bat concept is a big plus for Juggler.
Yeah.
He's got a really funny design because he has big mouth.
His
And then
finger antlers.
yeah, he like taps random orb balls that are surprisingly really well animated. Like the way the balls animated looks cool.
Yeah.
And they like that's one way to use psychic power. Just make it so he psychic ball makes the balls float so he can tap them with his fingernails.
No, you're getting it all wrong. Since he has orbs, he's a ghast clone.
Oh,
I'm what?
Yeah.
Haven't you heard people said that he was a ghast clone because he did that?
But okay,
That
I don't know.
doesn't make
I heard
sense.
you. I don't know if I heard you right. 'Cause I heard since she's a ghast clone.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
see the connection.
Nor do I.
Orb.
He holds that orb.
Juggler's got a ton of personality. That's a lot. That's the thing with a lot of psychic monsters. They have lots of personality. Juggler's just happy to be here, man. He's smiling. He's jamming.
be
He's
fair, though.
vibing.
Fair, 95% of Youngler is just his giant, massive, looming face. So you gotta have a lot of personality.
If only his sound had as much personality.
Interesting sound font choice.
Isn't it called like a break or something?
It's called a break. It's like literally just like a car part.
Ting 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 ting. Ting ting ting.
A break.
Speaking of break, Bonkers is breaking their face.
I wish
amazing transition.
Bonker stop hitting their face. I feel
No.
sad for Bonker.
I don't have a lot of knowledge of games outside of BBB, but word on the street is that Bonkers is actually a creature from Thumpies. And I don't remember if that's true or not, but I thought it was worth mentioning.
Word on the street is I've tried researching that and I haven't found anything personally, but it could be for all I know.
Alright. Isn't the tree from Thumpies at least? I thought that was confirmed.
It definitely is in the thump. Like they definitely took heavy Thumpies inspirations with this monster because it's like super reminiscent of like the Thumpies style, but like not the Thumpies. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
also, other funny thing of note to mention, using a boom whacker as an instrument. That's very cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, too bad it sucks.
What do you mean, bro? He goes do 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 do.
I like
Yeah,
it
wow.
when Bonkers.
I love when the slow verse, aka the Kana verse, has stupid fast percussion that doesn't fit at all.
okay, you say that, but Periscore plays the entire song.
You're not meant to pay attention to Periscope in that verse, though.
Okay, you're not meant to, but he still has his 808 that you hear over everything else.
Listen.
Periscope, am I right?
No, we gotta talk about Bonkers at least.
Oh.
Okay, Bonkers has an amazing design. He's really funny, And like one of my favorite things is the animation detail. Like halfway through his animation, he just starts getting like a big welt on his head from bonking his head so much.
And the way the eyes keep spitting in their head really fast. It's really well animated. It's so
It's really
jarring having Bonkers and a Kano right next to each other.
and the fact their name is Bonkers is amazing. It's like
Dumb
Bonkers is an
bonkers.
amazing monster. It doesn't do much in the song, but at the same time, it plays in the verse where the song was doomed no matter what. So I'm fine with that. Now let's talk about Periscope since we were alluding to that.
Oh, Periscope is a mixed bag. It's a really mixed bag for me.
Periscope's design is really good. It's a really like fully thought out concept of it being like, oh, it's a jumping spider. It has its funny jumping animation. It's got a bunch of stuff going on for it. Well, then it's problem one. It's really fast and it's a little faster than it should be. But that's not much of an issue. The big issue is that for some reason they decided to like bass boost in 808. I don't know who ever decided that would ever be a good idea in any situation, but this proves why it isn't a good idea. It literally destroys your ears because you're trying to listen to songs and just
Boom, boom, boom,
dun,
boom,
dun,
boom.
dun, 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 dun.
Dude, it's got freaking Bon Appetit syndrome. It's just way too loud.
And it's the main percussionist of the verse. So that's
New verse.
of of every verse.
It's
Yeah, it's the monster in the song that plays the entire. There's always that one monster who plays the entire song. Periscope's that one this time.
oh boy, I love it when the really loud monster with a very basic rhythm plays throughout the whole song, so that the whole thing just kind of becomes the same.
Yeah, and you know what's great? You know this it's super bass boosted thing. Can you guess whose melody that is?
It's ToeJammers, isn't it? Do
Yeah.
do 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 do. Yeah, it is. And it even plays longer than ToeJammer. I
It's
love
more interesting than ToeJammer though.
it is better than ToeJammer, and it's probably a mid-tier monster for me on the island simply because it's I don't really
I think
mind it
I
being
think
loud.
I think its positives heavily outweigh its negatives, and I think it's a great monster. It's a really good monster. Definitely not like top three worthy, but it's a really good monster. I definitely think it's a tad bit overrated though, because from the get go, a lot of people were loving it, and I've seen almost no one ever bringing up any of its downsides
Yeah,
except me.
dude. All right. Oh, crap. What was I gonna say? Oh, psychic monsters in general. I feel like hopefully this isn't the last time we'll see them because the potential that a lot of these guys have is insane.
I really hope so too. I hope we get like Magical Island or MSM3. That's my theory. MSM3 with the magicals.
Dude, I'd be so ready for that. Ah, dude, you know what's another monster that I don't understand why people liked it when it first came out on Psychic Island?
Ruba?
No,
Ruben.
Tapricorn.
Because it's a wholesome girl.
I think its
Awesome.
design is kind of boring.
It's definitely it looks very MSM at least. I love the design. It just doesn't fit the island at all.
Yeah, it's like its only thing tying into Psyche is like, oh, it kind of looks like it's wearing wizard's robes, but it doesn't do anything psychic.
Yeah, and it's also a Capricorn zodiac stuff. Ooh.
We already have Zodiac Island.
No, shh. That doesn't exist anymore.
You're gonna make them vote for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I don't want to do Zodiac Island this early.
Also, okay, another thing to talk about with Capricorn. See, we're talking about design, and then it's also got its sound depends on the person. Honestly, I think it's my favorite sound on the island because it's really catchy to just like go along with.
It's just a wood block. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't.
people
It's weird. I don't really care about it.
I said it depends on the person. For some people like me, it's like, bro, this I love following it along because of its pacing. Other people's like, oh, who cares? It's just a woodblock. It's like, and both are fair. So that's why this monster is like just it's like a basic monster, and its only downside is that it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. It duets pretty well with Juggler.
That's true.
I hate the fact that I'm saying that for two percussions.
Well, I mean, percussions
You
should
realize we
do it.
didn't think up on percussion.
Yeah, but
and there's
usually it's more notable when some melody duets together, but on this island it's like 75% percussion and only like 3 of them do anything.
And then we just got rid of all the percussionists, so there's only 3 monsters left.
Yeah, I saved the actual things of note for last since percussion's kind of middling.
Oh, listen, I feel like 2 of these are things of note, and one of them is Ruba.
Ruba
I was gonna say
is...
one of them is Theramite.
So, a theme for Psychic Island is using instruments that they've never used before. And I think using a Del Ruba is a really good idea. Its execution is just really awkward.
Especially the last note.
That yeah, the last note. Dude, that's another thing you could use to sum up Psychic Island, just why is this so loud?
I like how we say that, then the island itself is the most quiet thing ever.
Oh my god, I forgot. Psychic Island is like dB'd way lower.
Yeah, like literally, you like going from Psych Island to any island or any island to Psych Island is the most jarring thing ever. You
Go
go from listening to the music in the music game to like hearing the monsters as background noise while the main noise is the coin collecting.
So Ruba, another Palm family cousin, whatever, because that's not a dead idea that they ran into the ground.
I feel like it being a Palm family member is fine, and I think its design is like for its design wise, I think it has the best design out of anyone in the Palm family, and it
Oh
is like
yeah, absolutely.
but I do also think that, like, personally, like, it just depends on the person. For me personally, I would have preferred if they went for something like fully original rather than a family member of a different monster, because that just feels like an easy way to like piece, like just like not have to make a design. It's not like they don't have to make a design because they have to make the design still, especially with like the way they did the hair and to tie everything together. I just would have preferred if it was fully original. But that's
Yeah.
just me.
What about its impact on the song?
It's just Rudy 2, but better.
Yeah, which isn't saying much. And all it does, you know, all the biggest problem with that verse is that all of the monsters just, it's like it's a big collective effort to try to cover up Gloptic as much as possible.
That's a sin.
Yeah, they cover up Gloptic, but every monster's composition is so fucking boring in that verse.
I mean,
Gloptic,
they're all boring, and then also none of the monsters in that verse play off each other at all.
Gloptic has a really cool sound in that verse if you could actually hear it.
Dude,
Is this our segue into Gloptic?
I'm fine with that being our segue into Gloptic, but I have a couple more things to say about Ruba. I've heard some thing. I don't know if this is absolutely true or not. I've only seen a couple videos on the actual instrument itself, but according to people, Ruba does not play a Del Ruba at all.
I mean, I'd have to listen to what a Till Ruba sounds like.
Not only does it sound weird, it's not played like a Del Ruba. It's not supposed to be held long notes or something. And when you get into really foreign instruments like that, I think it's important to keep intact the way you're supposed to play them because you kind of lose what makes them unique if you don't do that.
Dilruba literally just could have been a cello and no one would have noticed or cared.
Yeah. Second thing I wanted to mention is just the fact that I love the idea of having the hippie hair play a super psychedelic instrument in general.
Yeah, and it's a psychic, more like psychedelic, and like not having the psychic, but having psychedelic instead is a clever way to do it, and it's funny. And it's a clever way to tie into the entire pom pom hair thing, because that's a big aspect for it.
Yeah, I just Ruba has a lot of faults, but it's my version of Periscorp, where the positives heavily outweigh the negatives.
Yeah, I think Ruba is a great monster, and honestly, perfect universe. None of the other Pom Pom family exists, and it's only Ruba. That would be a perfect universe.
Yeah, honestly, Psychic Island at for me right now is all of the monsters, like all of the psychic elementals on the island, are really really good. It's just the song that sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And speaking of things that are really really good but are not that great in the song, I know you wanted to do Galactic, but I think it's only fair to say that for last. So we got to talk about my man, whoa, 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 the meme lord himself, Theramind.
I don't like this monster.
But you don't like whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
whoa. No, I don't like him. Not at all. I
Imagine.
don't get why people do, because it's just average. Wow, it's a vocal that does vocal things, but it's not even like that good. All it does is wow. So you have Toe Jammer being Toe Jammer, and then you have Theramind. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna pick up the melody. Nah, bro, we ain't doing that. Instead, we're picking up melody, but then just wishing that Galactic could have been the melody, and we're just gonna hold notes again.
I think okay. See, I think it's another case of the sound sucking because Theramines sound just like every other psychic monster, basically, just like every other monster on the island. It really, really is like lackluster and boring and sucks. And saying, "Oh, I love the sound," and it's like, "Wow, really? I don't think you actually do." And then also, hmm, yeah, it also like I said, I say this a lot. It kind of sounds a little bit fan made. Like it's, I could imagine someone in the community like Strimes voicing that. Not saying anything bad about those people. Like they can voice it, but like listen, I think an impressive vocal in the community doesn't really matter, and I want quality in the game to be like literally even the best of the best in the community, which is amazing in game should be higher quality than that because it's in game. You have all this high production value, and so like yeah, it just straight up sounds like someone like Strives voiced it, which is yeah, cool. It'd be amazing if it was a fan monster, but it's a real monster, should be even better.
Hmm.
But there's also the design, which I think is a really clever and cool design and works great for the single element.
Oh, dude, Theramind's design and like just the concept behind it in general and the way it's animated is really, really impressive. It has so much assets, but it never feels overwhelming.
I
But
especially
there's also the big, glaring, no good, very bad, uh, being named after the theremin
But
and
not.
not being a theremin.
okay. I'm gonna be honest. One, a theremin in this song would actually be the worst because they'd make it hold long notes, and there is nothing more headache-inducing than a theremin with long notes. That's literally the worst thing you could ever do with a theremin. Like it was a bad theremin, and we know the quality of the instruments on the sound. It'd be a bad theremin. So, and also, I think people like never really acknowledge how clever it is. It's literally the like the concept even says it. It's supposed to be a vocal theremin, an instrument that's played without touching anything, but with this like, oh, it's a vocal played without actually using your mouth. It's a really clever concept, and like he even like moves his fingers around similarly to like he uses his brain as theremin. I think it's a really clever concept, and I think theremins are kind of overrated, and I don't think it would help the song at all.
You know what? That's a good point.
I'd rather have a clever concept than wow, an instrument that I like.
I mean, at least Theramine does something different. There's so many vocals that just go doodly doop bop da boop bap da doody doo doo doo.
It's just
Having
all bum do wow. I mean,
yeah,
bum do.
having one that has a softer vocal, like letter wise and whoa, it goes a long way. Especially on an island where it's like, oh whoa, it's psychic, oh whoa whoa whoa.
Again, if they made a second island with Theramine, he could be really, really cool and interesting and good. But just the fact he's on Psychic Island is his downfall. Psychic Island one element.
that leaves us with only one more.
And it's the
Even the
best
best
one.
for last.
Yeah, we really did save the best for last.
Galactic is like it's jarring how good Galactic is compared to the rest of the things we just talked about.
Compared to the rest of the things that's come out in MSM in the past 5 years.
Eh, with a few exceptions.
Yeah, like Talker.
By Sonorous.
Oh, who's better? Okay, never mind. That's not fair. Okay, listen, we're not gonna talk about Bisonarus for a long while because no one wants to vote for anything in Dawn of Fire.
Guys, please
And
vote for Game
it's like
Island.
I'm saying, it's like okay, yeah, it is jarring. Like when I said the past 5 years, because we haven't had much quality, and this is literally just like upgrade 50,000 million times in quality in every single aspect.
Yeah. The only bad thing about Galactic is that they didn't use the original concept where it was a cat.
Oh, that's
What
awful.
cat?
That's funny, but also I'm really glad they went with what they did because it's a really cool design. Like the way everything animates so smoothly and like the way, bro, I love the fact that since he's all made out of goop and slime, he has his green fingertips. So whenever he plucks his instrument, the instrument gets green goop stuck in it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Galactic is just really good. The animation on it is really good. The way the eye animates is really good. Its name being a pun on glob and optical because it's an optic monster. It's got optical illusions. It's like just it's such a good concept.
I like the streamline of like the glop when it's going like whoop whoop whoop.
And not only that, if it was way louder, this monster would be insanely OP on the island.
I literally had 2 Galactics on my Psychic Island before I just had 2 of everything, and Galactic still wasn't even that loud compared to everything else in the song. He just has Furcorn Space Island Syndrome.
Yeah, basically. I need to listen. Galactic is just so good though. Like his first track is pretty good, but that's when you can hear the most. It's I'd say it's the weakest of them all. But that's like saying, oh yeah, Mammoth on the cold island in Furcorn's Jelly Dream isn't as good as Octopus. It's not it's like his weakest track, but it's still really good and sets up the song. And it's like being like a bunch of not chords, but like more than one note playing at once. And then afterwards, it transitions into the softer, like one note at a time, and you can really feel that it's a dulcimer. It feels medieval almost. Second
Oh,
track, and it's just so good.
that's another thing. Bringing in yet another instrument that people have low-key kind of wanted MSM to use for a long time in the dulcimer,
And
and
this time,
using it correctly.
exactly, it's a medieval instrument, so it sounds medieval.
Freaking Galactic is the only reason to really listen to the Canaverse.
Yeah, just a version of it mixed loudly, that'd be perfect.
It's such a fun melody. Like, I don't know why everything else in that verse is so trash when you got Galactic over here with just a really good melody to follow.
Yeah, Galactic's like one of the not okay. He's pretty much one of the few perfect monsters out there, where it just gets a 10 out of 10 in every regard.
Is there well, besides volume, but that's really not its fault. Trying to think if there's anything else. We kind of blew through all the monsters really fast, and that's probably because of one very glaring thing with Psychic Island. They
That's
underutilized everything.
Yeah.
The song is only 2 verses, though. I mean,
the song has 2 verses, but listen, one of those verses has like 10 monsters playing.
Yeah, and it sounds like there should be one, and 10 of them shouldn't exist.
Exactly. They could have easily extended this into like 3 verses and have the song be a really whack, almost borderlining discordant, but just barely keeping it in line. Except they were like, nah, bro, fuck Fangler, fuck Octopus, we don't need them, bro. We don't. What's a Kana? Dude, we got Galoptic.
Oh my god, I'm just like looking at all of the monsters. Look at the monster. This is a cold island, but even worse. Look at the monster selection they had on this island, and they messed it up so badly. Like, literally, what monsters could they even have the chance to mess up? Like, there's basically like only one. There's like the only monster on this list who like looks like, oh yeah, maybe they. I can imagine them not being that great is like Flower or maybe Toejammer because they aren't like inherently strong. But every other monster is like the kind of monsters you think of is like, wow, this monster is great in every single regard.
Yeah, really. You got Octopus, you got Rudy Toot.
Every not psychic monster feels like an afterthought.
And it's even funnier when you consider the fact that they were all we had for a long time.
Yeah, and we had to vote between, which monsters would not make the song even worse.
Imagine if this was by Sonorous' Island.
That'd be sad because that means we'd get a bad.
What if my Sonorous duetted with Toejammer somehow?
Dumb, diddly dumb.
And then Emperor would say like,
No, and then the Emperor would say,
No, wait, he would, by Sonorous would just go, dum diddly dum 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 diddly dum 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 diddly dum 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 diddly
"Oh,
dum dum
now
diddly dum
that's
dum
what I
diddly dum.
want."
Oh,
That Sonorous having like a stroke.
dude, Psychic Island fucking sucks.
It, I
It's
didn't take into account how bad it was because I'm like, oh yeah, this is a like 5 out of 10 island. Now like analyzing it, it's like,
I mean,
It's what I've been saying since day one, but no one wants to accept it because it's all a bunch of cool new monsters, and it's hard to say, wow, this island with a bunch of really exciting new monsters that have really great designs is one of the worst islands in the game.
you know
like,
what this island is?
what?
It's a mixture of Tribal Island and Wublin Island.
It's just overcrowded, but at the same time insanely boring.
Yes.
Alright.
It's overcrowded with really good ideas, but it's also stupid boring.
Loveland Island may be my favorite island in the game, but I've always considered Psychic Island the guilty pleasure song for me. Because I do like listening to it in its entirety, especially because the bad parts just kind of get drowned out. But constructively and objectively, this is a fucking travesty of an island.
All of the monster designs are almost consistently all 10 out of 10 designs. And then all of the monster sounds are consistently 0 out of 10 sounds.
Yeah, dude. Listen, that's why I just really, really want the psychic monsters to come back. Of like the 1 out of 4 billion chance that BBB watches this, I just want them to hear that these monsters deserve a second chance.
That's just the big thing about. See, I think that I think this island really just nails in the big point of why in my singing monsters designs aren't as important as sounds for some reason. But like a lot of people seem to like time, and they don't even care about the sound, and the song is bad. And then people like the monsters. Like, oh yeah, I like the monster design, so I like the island. It's like it's my singing monsters that should always be sound first, design second.
Yeah, bro.
And if you do that, you get Psychic Island.
Yeah, and then the opposite is Ryan. He's like, man, bro, I'm gonna focus the entire song and then make one of the monsters literally cancer.
But at least you can tell that like Ryan is not trying to have his designs be like, oh, I want this to be a pure MSM monster. I want this to be like I don't think anyone has ever saw Literally Cancer as an attempt to be anywhere close to MSM.
Alright, here's a real Do you? You know, actually, this probably isn't a good idea to put in the video. I'm gonna not say that.
Okay,
No, I gotta say it now. I'm
but write it
curious.
down. I want to hear the podcast over.
Oh, I'll say it after the video's over. So, Psychic Island. What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
4.
4? I'd give it a. I'd give it a 4 too. I was gonna give it a 5
Four.
because I just love the monster so much, but nah, I can't.
Yeah, it's fair.
What about you, Bet? I didn't hear.
I want to give it a 4, but I also want to give it a 5. I'm trying to think of like because
4.5.
Would
No,
it be
we're not allowed to do
4.25?
not allowed to do points. It's only just solid numbers.
No, oh, I was thinking of if you did. Never mind.
I'll give it a 4.
Wow. I think this is the first one we've all agreed unanimously on the scale.
Yeah, I guess we were all psychic. Haha.
Oh man. Listen. Psychic Island is OP because it paved the way for the future of MSM. Because you gotta remember, before Psychic Island, we were all ready in to buckle down for the 10 element fire islands. Or the 10 elemental fire islands.
Listen, here's the thing. It saved us from a dark future that was created by the same force that created the savior. It's like if someone set your house on fire and then they, after it destroyed half your house, they took out the fire and said, "Hey, pay me for like helping your house not be on fire." Like, wow, thanks. You know, if only this didn't happen in the first place.
Because, like, you gotta remember, Psychic Island, before that, we were buckling down for what was soon to be Prismatics. Because they were still Chromatics at the time. The freaking epic monsters, island skins, and then more fire islands, which are painfully average. And then Psychic
and
Island.
dipsters.
And Dipsters, bro. No, because we didn't even know Dipsters were coming to the other islands at that point.
Wait,
Could've sworn we
I
did.
just realized something.
What?
They 100% would not have done the fire 10 element island because then they'd have to update Dawn of Fire for the new element monsters, and you know that's just too much.
Dude, pizzicatos are a very complicated instrument.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's like, okay, no, it's not even that they're complicated instruments. Like, here's the thing. We may already have the design and the sound and
Wait, we
every
have the
other
design?
for it. Well, we don't, but they probably have the design done. They've had like a
Oh.
year. They've had 2, almost 3 years now. Okay, you know, they may have the design done and the sound done and probably the animation done and probably everything else about it done. But it doesn't matter because we're about to get Prismatic Noggin.
Alright, Seth, you gotta cut off the video before Abed says what prismatic it is.
Fine.
Oh,
That means-
okay. Bro, here's the thing. It's gonna come out next week.